Hi, everybody, and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. It is the first show of 2025, and so I want to say Happy New Year to you all. Let's see who we've got in the chat today. Then, for some reason, it's not working down there tonight. Maybe that'll change as I go through the different screens in the quiz, but I can see it on another screen, so we're good. Sue and the Donuts are here saying Happy New Year all. We've got Andy here saying, "Yo, another big quiz show. Here we go." Very good. He's a poet, and he didn't know it. And he also says kettle's on, good. And then we've got Pete in the chat saying hello. So we have some Britzillians here, and Jodie's there saying hi everyone as well. Tony's just popped up there in the chat saying Happy New Year all. Nice to return to the quiz after the festivities. Absolutely lovely to have you all here. And anybody else that's watching, thank you all for tuning in, and do enjoy the show. We have got the usual kids question coming up. We'll bring that in just a moment. We've then got 3 quiz rounds and the 2 game shows rounds, usual format. And if you haven't seen the subjects yet, I did announce them in the Patreon group tonight, which is something that I haven't done for a long time. I used to start telling people ahead of time. So I'm going to start doing that, I think, more often, but only for those in the Patreon group. We'll talk a bit more about that later on. Ed says, howdy everyone, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. Millie's there as well saying hi everyone, Happy New Year. Great to have you all. Let's move on to the first question of the evening for our kids question and see who can get some bonus points at the start of the show. And we have Reba joining us this evening. So let's bring up the question then. Remember, for this one, you do guess in the comments for this one. If you get it correct, then you can have yourself 2 extra points that you can add on to your total score for any of the upcoming quiz rounds. So, are you ready?
I am.
I shall bring up the question, and you guess A, B, C, or D in the comments. That's all you need to put.
Starring Jude Law, what is the name of this latest Star Wars series on Disney Plus?
Is it?
Is it A, Pirate Quest, B, Skeleton Crew, C, Bounty Hunter, or D, Treasure Planet?
Do you like the names I come up with?
I do.
I want to see all of those shows. Is it A, B, C, or D then? Have a guess in the comments. Let's see who can get themselves some bonus points then to start the show as always, guys. Oh, there we go. Some guesses coming in already. Again, though, the chat is not coming up on screen. I'm not happy. I might have to do a bit of technical work on that after the show maybe and see if I can fix that, because that's very frustrating. You guys' guesses coming in though. I can see we've got Sue, Pete, Jodie, Andy, Catherine now guessing as well. Thank you. Keep them coming in. Let's see who's got it right. We are very much enjoying this new show. Episode 7 is on tomorrow in the UK. I think it's already out in the US, but we have to wait an extra day, unfortunately.
I can't say I remember no at-atting.
That's very good. Okay, right, let's go through the guesses then. We have got Sue saying B, Pete and Jodie and Andy saying B. Catherine's gone with A, Ed says B, Geraldine also saying B. So, anybody else want to have a guess? Please do so very quickly. The correct answer is...
Skeleton Crew.
It is B, Skeleton Crew. It's a very good show so far.
One of the best they've done when it comes to Star Wars shows.
It is. And
it's up there with Andor in Clone Wars. Definitely not as high as Clone Wars level.
No, but still very good live action.
Live action shows, it's up there.
And it's very reminiscent of Spielberg movies of the 80s. So Amblin Entertainment is the inspiration for the show. So any of those movies and things like Goonies and E.T. and Flight of the Navigator, if you love those movies, you would love this show. Oh my goodness. Ed says, I'm hoping Pirate Quest comes out as sequel to Galaxy Quest. Yes, maybe. Well, the thing is, Skeleton Crew is all about space pirates. So that's why I thought Pirate Quest would be a good one to tease you, and maybe that would be the correct answer. But yes, sounds like a good movie. And Bounty Hunters are all over Star Wars. So again, and Treasure Planet is an actual film already. That's an animated film.
The show Bounty Hunter, that could be split into Book of Boba Fett or The Mandalorian.
It could.
Choose your character.
And there's a game as well already called Star Wars Bounty Hunter, I think. Ages old, but there was a game. Andy says, oh, hello, bonus points, it's been a while. And it was a TV-related question, and he's got the bonus points. Very good. Okay, well, there we go. That's who's got the bonus points this evening.
Very cool.
Thanks very much, Rue, as always, and say you goodbye.
Alright, because I'm on a chair, this is going to be harder, but classic and outro. Goodbye.
All right, there we go, everybody. Then let me just get back in the middle again. Thank you for that. Well done if you got your bonus points. So the first round then we're going to do tonight is food and drink. We've then got an animals quiz round. We've got pop music trivia, and then we're going to do game shows at the end. The usual kind of game shows. This week we are doing Our Survey Says and Catchphrase. I think they're quite easy catchphrases tonight, but they'll still be fun, as they always are, I hope. So, 15 questions. No longer do you put the guesses in the comments if you're watching live, because you don't want to spoil it for others. Just mark the answers when we get to the end of the round yourself. I'll tell you what they all are. I'll repeat any questions if you want me to when we get to the end of each round as well. And then you can let me know your team scores in the comments. Here we go then, the first quiz round of the year. Food and drink. Question number 1. What would a US citizen call a courgette? What would a US citizen call a courgette? Question number 2. Which celebrity chef hosts or hosted Hell's Kitchen USA? Which celebrity chef hosted Hell's Kitchen USA? The conundrum's on its way. Thank you for the reminder. I was just making some last minute changes. There we go. There is the conundrum. Question 3 now. Question 3. Which sandwich filling is Paddington Bear's favourite? Which sandwich filling is Paddington Bear's favourite? As always, if you can guess what the conundrum is, don't guess that in the comments either. Do not put that in the comments. Again, don't spoil that for anyone. But it's an extra 2 points if you get it correct, and there'll be a different one for each round. So question 3 again. Which sandwich filling is Paddington Bear's favourite? Question 4 now. Question number 4. Which liquor recently used the advertising slogan, "Chase the Green Fairy"? Which liquor used the advertising slogan, "Chase the Green Fairy"? All right, question number 5 now. Question 5. Which creature is served Thermidor or Newburgh style? Which creature is served Thermidor or Newburgh style? Question number 6, and question 6. In the Turkish dish dolmas, in what is the rice and lamb wrapped in? In the Turkish dish dolmas, in what is the rice and lamb wrapped in? Question 7 now. Question number 7. What did the Atkins diet suggest you minimize your intake of? What did the Atkins diet suggest you minimize your intake of? Question number 8 now for 3 points. Question 8. The liqueurs Kahlua, Drambuie, and Midori are spirits flavoured with what? 1 point for each. They're 3 different flavours. The liqueurs Kahlua, Drambuie, and Midori are spirits flavoured with what? 3 points for this one, 1 for each of those. All right, the next question, and question number 9. What type of rice is risotto usually made from? What type of rice is risotto usually made from? Question number 10. In Australia, what would a carpet bag steak be stuffed with? In Australia, with what would a carpet bag steak be stuffed with? Question 11 now. Which celebrity chef was arrested for shoplifting in Tesco in 2012? Which celebrity chef was arrested for shoplifting in Tesco in 2012? All right, question number 12 now. Which 5 drinks brands have put their name on England's Football League Cup? The Men's Football League Cup. Which 5 drinks brands have put their name on it over the years? The main sponsors. 1 point for each. You will get a little bit of thinking time, of course, at the end, especially if I do any repeats of questions. Question 13 now is for 3 more points. Jacob's Creek, Blue Nun, and Chapel Down are wine brands from which 3 nations? Jacob's Creek, Blue Nun, and Chapel Down are wine brands from which 3 nations? 1 point for each again there. Jacob's Creek, Blue Nun, and Chapel Down. Question 14 now. Question number 14. What are the principal vegetable ingredients of a vichyssoise soup? What are the principal vegetable ingredients of a vichyssoise soup? There's 2 I'm looking for, 1 point for each. Okay, and your final question, and for 3 more points. According to the TV advertising slogans, which beers were "Good things come to those who wait," the other side of dark, sorry, and the cream of Manchester? According to the TV advertising slogans, which beers advertised with "Good things come to those who wait," "The other side of dark," and "The cream of Manchester"? 1 point for each. Again, that is the end of the round. So you can let me know now if there's any questions you need repeated. We'll give you a little bit of thinking time also with the conundrum as well. 2 points if you get that correct. If you really struggled this round and you got the kids bonus point at the start, then you can always use that to add on to your score now, or you can use it for round 2 or 3 for those who are not familiar with that process. So yeah, let me know in the comments now if there's any you want repeated, and I'll gladly do that for you. Also, in case you haven't noticed, I got my merch on. It got delivered before the Patreon quiz meetup a few weeks ago, or a week ago. You lose track of the days between Christmas and New Year, but that's when it was. It arrived just before then, thankfully. So nice to have something that I can wear here and at the pub in a more official capacity. But if you would like something with Big Quiz Night In on it, then the link is in the description. Please do have a look. I will also be posting as soon as I can when the next sale will be on that site. I haven't checked, but I know there's going to be one at some point this month. There normally is. So I'll keep you posted. Wait for that if you do wish to buy something, because you'll get a few quid off. Right, Catherine has asked for 5 and 6. So let me go back to the list then. Question 5, which creature is served Thermidor or Newburgh style? And question 6. Oh, you're about 2 minutes behind. Okay. Let me do question 6 for you then. In the Turkish dish dolmas, in what is the rice and lamb wrapped in? In the Turkish dish dolmas, in what is the rice and lamb wrapped in? Andy says, Patreon meetup was very good fun. Ended up a bit tipsy as ever. Yeah, it was. It's a real shame not everybody could be there, but we still had a lovely turnout, and we will obviously do more. We'll do at least 2 in 2025. I mean, you know, if it were up to me, I'd have you down. Those who don't live around here, I'd be inviting you down every single week, because it's just so much fun to have you around. But it was good fun. Yeah, and we've got a new place to go after the Kings is shut, because they shut relatively on time. And then there's a pub round the corner we've discovered that stays open on my quiz nights, because the Kings kicks everybody out when the quiz is finished. So the pub round the corner is open, so everybody can go in there. And I walked in there after that Patreon quiz. I packed away. All the Patreons went down to the pub round the corner together. And I walked in, and literally everybody there was just at the Kings with me doing the quiz. So it was lovely. It was like we all got back together again and just had another couple of drinks, including more than just the Patreons. Other people were there too. I just knew everybody. It was great. But that means that we have a plan now for the next one, which Millie and Mike will most definitely be there. You will not have a random illness or anything like that. We can't be doing with that. No, you need to stay well, stay as healthy as you can, and get down to the next one. Yes. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, we did have a good evening. Okay. Yeah, it was good fun, but it'd be nice to have everybody else that could make it. Please do come to the next one. It's so much fun together. Right. So I've repeated the questions I've been asked to repeat. We are now going to go to the answers, and I'll give you the answer for the countdown conundrum once we've done 1 through 15, as always. So, question number 1, what would a US citizen call a courgette? It is a zucchini. Question 2, the celebrity chef that hosted Hell's Kitchen USA was Gordon Ramsay. Question 3, which sandwich filling is Paddington Bear's favourite? It is marmalade. Millie says we will definitely be there. Well, you said that about the last time. So let's not make promises you can't keep, but just make every endeavour to be there. That's the best thing we could hope for. It sucks when these things happen last minute, but hey, there will be more. We need to arrange it, actually. We need to sort out when that's going to be. Right, question 3 was marmalade. Question 4, Chase the Green Fairy was used to advertise absinthe. Question 5. Thermidor or Newburgh style would be a lobster. Lobster Thermidor or lobster Newburgh. Or Newburgh lobster. I'm not sure which way around that one is actually. I've not had it. Question 6. In the Turkish dish dolmas, in what is the rice and lamb wrapped in? It is rice and lamb wrapped in vine leaves. Question 7. The Atkins diet suggested you minimise your intake of carbohydrates. Question 8. Kahlua, Drambuie and Midori are spirits flavoured with what? It is coffee, honey and melon. Question 9. What type of rice is risotto usually made from? It is arborio rice. Question 10. In Australia, with what could a carpetbag steak be stuffed with? It is oysters. Question 11. Which celebrity chef was arrested for shoplifting in Tesco in 2012? It was Anthony Worrell Thompson. Question 12. Which 5 drink brands have put their names on England's Men's Football League Cup? 1 point for each, in any order. It's currently Carabao, which is an energy drink. Then you had Carling, Worthington, Coca-Cola, and way back when it was sponsored by Milk. If I remember rightly, Andy, keep me honest here, was that when Oxford won it, when it was the Milk Cup? I think it was. I got a feeling back in my mind somewhere that was when Oxford won it. Question 13. Jacobs Creek, Blue Nun and Chapel Down are wine brands from which 3 nations? It is Australia, Germany and England. Question 14. What are the principal vegetable ingredients in a vichyssoise soup? It is leek and potato. And question 15 for 3 more points. According to the TV ad slogans, which beers were Good Things Come to Those Who Wait, The Other Side of Dark, and The Cream of Manchester? It is Guinness, Newcastle Brown Ale, and Boddington's is The Cream of Manchester. Now, the answer for the countdown conundrum is Launderer. Yes, Oxford did win the Milk Cup. Yeah, I thought so, yes. Very good. Okay, so Launderer for 2 bonus points. Tally up your scores, add on the kids' bonus points if you want to use them this round rather than one of the next 2. And let's see how many you have won. I think we have to sack off the idea of the chat working on screen, which is really, really disappointing. But it's been playing up for a while. For those who are regular viewers, you know sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. And I have used it for a long time, so it might be time to retire it and bring in some new chat window, which hopefully there will be. The difficulty I have is that very few people do anything remotely like what I do via Facebook Live. So there's not that many places you can go for fancy widgets on screen like that anymore that work with Facebook. At least not from my research so far. So I'll see what I can find out anyway, whilst you're putting the scores in the chat. I'm just waffling on and keeping you in the loop on things. Right, so Jody says 6 plus 2. Donuts have got 20 and got the conundrum. Very good. 19 for the not so golden oldies. 13 for me. Had the blue ring of death strike during the answers. Oh no. Blue ring of death? What are you... What device had you given you a blue ring of death? Oh, do you mean like it was buffering or something? 8 familiar me, says Mike. Well done, good effort. 13 plus 2 for the kids' question. Geraldine's taking that one there. Very good. Oh, Vernia's great at conundrums. She's got it. So Pete says 18 plus 2 plus 1. It's 2 for the kids' question and 2 for the conundrum. I don't know if you missed the memo on that one. I don't know when I changed it. I think it was at the start of this phase, when I started doing this format of the quiz and this look. So I think, yeah, so give yourself an extra point. 18 plus 2 plus 2. But very good, well done. PJ's watching along as well. Welcome, PJ. 11 points. And Andy got the buffering thing. Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if I'm having some buffering, well, some network issues, because I've had spotty problems with Wi-Fi and the internet in general over the last few days, and it seemed to sort itself today, but I don't know for sure. So apologies if anything's happening on my side. I'm not aware of it, but that might be connected. Or it might just be the area. Who knows? But well done. Let's move on to round 2 then, which will be an animals quiz round. And the countdown conundrum for this one looks like that. 2 more points for that one. 15 questions now on animals. Same process as before. Keep the answers to yourself, and then at the end, let me know your scores. So, question number 1 in our animals-themed round. Who played Mick Crocodile Dundee on film? Who played Mick Crocodile Dundee on film? It's animal themed doesn't necessarily mean every question will be about an animal. It'll just be connected that way. You'll get the gist of it. You always do. But who played Mick Crocodile Dundee? Name the actor. Question number 2 now. Question 2. In 10-pin bowling, what animal name is given to 3 strikes in a row? In 10-pin bowling, what animal name is given to 3 strikes in a row? I must remember to tell you, for those who are Patreons, I must remember to tell you about how the quiz is progressing, because I'll give you an update on that, because Millie and Mike in particular, you missed out what I said about it at the meetup, but that's coming along nicely. Question 3. Which 2 bands had a hit with The Lion Sleeps Tonight? Which 2 bands had a hit with The Lion Sleeps Tonight? I think I've only ever heard one of the 2. I'm not going to give anything away, but I didn't even know there was 2 until I worked out this question. But there are 2. The 2 bands that had a hit with The Lion Sleeps Tonight, 1 point for each. Question 4 now. Question 4. In the Jungle Book, what type of animals are Baloo, Bagheera, and Shere Khan? In the Jungle Book, what type of animals are Baloo, Bagheera, and Shere Khan? Okay, the next question then. Question number 5 now. By what name is Calvin Cardoza Broadus Jr. better known? By what name is Calvin Cardoza Broadus Jr. better known? Keeping in mind the theme of the round. Okay, question number 6. Which 4 chemical elements can be used to make the word shark? When placed next to each other, which 4 chemical element symbols can be used to make the word shark? Okay, the next question then. Question 7. For over 20 years, who presented the children's TV show Animal Magic? For over 20 years, who presented the children's TV show Animal Magic? Next question is a 2-pointer. Question number 8. When on land, what are the fastest animals on 2 and 4 legs? 1 point for each. When on land, what are the fastest animals on 2 and 4 legs? Question number 9 now. Question 9 is for 3 points. Which rugby league teams are Bulls, Tigers, and Eagles? Which rugby league teams are Bulls, Tigers, and Eagles? Question number 10. What is a female donkey called? What is a female donkey called? Question 11 now. Directed by Tim Burton, which 2003 film stars Ewan McGregor as Ed Bloom? Directed by Tim Burton, which 2003 film stars Ewan McGregor as Ed Bloom? Name the film for 1 point. Right, question 12 is for 2 more points. Question number 12. The word lupine and vulpine refer to which 2 animals? The words lupine and vulpine refer to which 2 animals? Three more questions to go in this round. Keep an eye on that countdown conundrum as well. Question 13. The Chihuahua dog derives its name from a town in which country? The Chihuahua dog derives its name from a town in which country? Question 14, your penultimate question this round. In the TV show, what type of animal was Gentle Ben? In the TV show, what type of animal was Gentle Ben? And your final question in this round is for 6 points. What are the 6 colours used as code names in the film Reservoir Dogs? What are the 6 colours used as code names in the film Reservoir Dogs? 6 of the characters were named Mr. and then a colour. And there were 6 different ones, so name them for 1 point each. You can even hear the theme tune for Gentle Ben, says Andy. I don't think I ever watched it. I think that one passed me by. Or maybe I missed it. I'm not entirely sure when it was on. I'm aware of it. I would have got the question right if I was your side. I'm aware of it, but I don't think I ever actually watched it. Or any repeats of it, whenever it was. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't even alive when it was first on TV. But I've never seen anything of it. I've never seen a repeat of it or anything. Originally on from 1967 to 1969. There we go. Yeah, but for some reason, probably through just quizzing life in general, I did know what it was. Okay, so any more repeats for questions needed for this round? Well, that is all 15 questions in your animals round. And I will gladly do some repeats for you if you need them. Question 11 is being asked from Sue and the Donuts. So, question 11, directed by Tim Burton, which 2003 film stars Ewan McGregor as Ed Bloom? Remember, it's an animals-themed round, so there is something about an animal in the title of the film, but you need to give me the full name of the film for that point. I remember watching it not long after it came out and enjoying it, and then I've never watched it again since. But it was pretty good from what I remember. Not that that helps you in any way, shape, or form, but yeah, it was a nice film at least. Okay, not seeing any more requests come in for repeats, so I'm gonna go through the answers. He says just dragging his feet a little. Checking the chat one more time. All right, once I've done through all the answers, we'll of course reveal the Countdown Conundrum answer as well. That's coming up. So, question number 1. Who played Mick Crocodile Dundee in the films of the same name, Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2? And I think there was a third one actually years later. I'm pretty sure there was. Like a straight to video kind of thing, but I'm pretty sure there was a third one. Paul Hogan is the answer. Question 2. In 10-pin bowling, what animal name is given to 3 strikes in a row? It is called a turkey. Question 3. Which 2 bands had a hit with The Lion Sleeps Tonight? It is, I would say most famously, Tight Fit, but also Tokens. Question 4. In the Jungle Book, what type of animals are Baloo, Bagheera and Shere Khan? It's a bear, panther and tiger. Question 5. By what name is Calvin Cordoza Broadus Jr. better known? That is the real name of the rapper Snoop Dogg, who once went by the name Snoop Lion as well, but I think he's back to just being Snoop Dogg now. Question 6. Which 4 chemical elements symbols can be used to make the word shark? For 4 points, it is sulfur, hydrogen, argon and potassium. Question 7. For over 20 years, who presented the children's TV show Animal Magic? It was a guy called Johnny Morris. Question 8 for 2 points. When on land, what are the fastest animals on 2 and 4 legs? For 2 legs, it's an ostrich, and on 4 legs, it is a cheetah. Question 9. Which rugby league teams are Bulls, Tigers and Eagles? It is the Bradford Bulls, the Castleford Tigers and the Sheffield Eagles. Question 10. What's a female donkey called? It is a jenny. Question 11. Directed by Tim Burton, which 2003 film stars Ewan McGregor as Ed Bloom? It was called Big Fish. Question 12. Lupine and vulpine refer to wolves and foxes. Question 13. The Chihuahua dog derives its name from a town in Mexico. Question 14. In the TV show, what type of animal was Gentle Ben? A bear. And question 15. The Reservoir Dog characters, the 6 characters are Mr. White, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Pink, Mr. Blue, and Mr. Brown. 6 points for that last question. The answer for the Countdown Conundrum is malformed. 2 points if you got that correct. 2 points if you want to use your kids' bonus point question if you got that earlier on. Yeah, I think it was 2 points for the kids' question that we upped it to, as opposed to 1 point, which it used to be. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think we upped it to 2 points for both. Looking back now. So pop music trivia will be the next round. Yes, and for Patreons who like to come to the quiz night that we do at the end of the month, the last Tuesday of the month, this Patreon quiz night will be my take on House of Games, was requested by a couple of Patreon supporters. It was Roy and Deirdre, and I don't think they're here tonight. I haven't seen them in the chat at least, but they requested that we do House of Games after we did Nevermind the Buzzcocks equivalent, my own version of Nevermind the Buzzcocks the week or the month or so before Christmas. That went down really well. And that's come along really nicely now, this version of House of Games. I've managed to replicate in my own way pretty much exactly what you see on screen during House of Games, which is looking really cool. So I've done the first round and a half of what we're going to be doing on that night now, and it's looking great. So make sure, mark your calendars, the last Tuesday of January, Patreons will be playing House of Games, and it's going to be a lot of fun, I hope. Scores are coming in. Right, Donuts have got 26 and got the conundrum. Excellent work. Jodie got 11 points, 19 plus 2 for the conundrum, plus 2 for the kids' question, says Andy, so 23 points. Outstanding. Well done. 13 points for Catherine and Tony, 17 for Geraldine, 16 plus 2 plus 1 more, as I forgot Ruben's question was 2. Yes, that's what it was. All right, fair enough. I'll let you off, splitting them up over the rounds. Why not? So yeah, 16 plus 2 plus 1. Excellent work. Right, so we're going to move on then to our pop music trivia round now. Keep the comments coming in though. I'll read them out as they do. PJ's got 23 plus 2 for that round. Very good score. Well done. Here's the next round. And it is pop music trivia, so 15 more questions, multiple points available in this round, more so than the previous two. And it's all about pop music throughout the years. Okay. And the next, and Mike's there saying 12 for us, for Mike and Millie for that last round. Good work. All right, thank you for that. Now, let's bring in the countdown conundrum for this round. This is a bit of a tricky one. That's what I think, anyway. I'm sure a couple of you will get it. Let's see. Right. Pop music trivia, question number 1. For 2 points, who duetted on the 1987 hit called I Knew You Were Waiting for Me? Who duetted on the 1987 hit called I Knew You Were Waiting for Me? Question number 2. What was the title of One Direction's debut album in 2011? What was the title of One Direction's debut album in 2011? Question number 3 now. Question 3. Which acts had the best-selling 1960s UK hit singles called Lay, Lady Lay, Wild Thing, and Dedicated Follower of Fashion? 1 point for each. Which acts had the best-selling 1960s UK hit singles called Lay, Lady Lay, Wild Thing, and Dedicated Follower of Fashion, for 3 points? Okay, question number 4 now. Question 4. What was the title of Take That's first solo UK #1 hit single? As in just the band without featuring anybody else, yeah? What was the title of Take That's first solo UK #1 hit single? Question number 5 then, for 2 more points now. Question 5. Which 2 songs charted around the world after the 1986 film called Top Gun came out? Which 2 songs charted around the world after the 1986 film called Top Gun came out? Okay, then let's now bring in the next question. So, question number 6: which acts had the best selling 1970s singles called Somebody to Love, Cold as Ice, and We Are Family? Which acts had the best selling 1970s singles called Somebody to Love, Cold as Ice, and We Are Family? Question 7 now. What was the title of MC Hammer's first UK hit single? What was the title of MC Hammer's first UK hit single? Question 8 now. Question 8. Who made the UK top 20 singles chart first, Blur or Oasis? Who made the UK top 20 singles chart first, Blur or Oasis? Question number 9 now. We're up to the 80s for the 3-pointers. Which acts had the 1980s hit singles called Love Action, I Feel For You, and Real Wild Child? Which acts had the 1980s hit singles called Love Action, I Feel For You, and Real Wild Child? 3 points there again. Question number 10 now. By what name is Catherine Hudson better known in the music world? By what name is Catherine Hudson better known in the music world? Question 11 for 2 points. Question 11. Do you have the time to listen to me whine is the opening line to which original hit single by which act? Do you have the time to listen to me whine is the opening line to which original hit single by which act? 1 point for each. You have no idea how hard it is to say that line without singing it. It's very difficult. But you get 1 point for the title and 1 point for the act or group or band that released it. Right, question 12 now. Up to the 90s now for another 3-pointer. Which 3 acts had the best selling 1990s singles called How Bizarre, Killing Me Softly, and Rocks? Which 3 acts had the best selling 1990s singles called How Bizarre, Killing Me Softly, and Rocks? 1 point for each again, of course. Right, question number 13 now. Question 13. Which series of numbers was a UK hit single for the Connells? Or Connells? I think it's Connells. Which series of numbers was a UK hit single for the Connells? Or Connells? Connells. Right, question 14 now for 3 more points. The Plastic Population, the Heartbreakers, and the Vagabonds were which chart-topping acts backing bands? The Plastic Population, the Heartbreakers, and the Vagabonds were which chart-topping acts backing bands? 3 points again there. Plastic Population, Heartbreakers, and Vagabonds. And your final question for 3 more points. Which 3 acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Clint Eastwood, Dog Days Are Over, and Golden Touch? Which 3 acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Clint Eastwood, Dog Days Are Over, and Golden Touch? So let me know now if you want any questions repeated. That's the end of the round. Time also to remind you, whilst you're thinking about that, to let you know, as always, there's a link in the description. If you are on any other form of social media platform, chances are I am too, and I would really appreciate some extra follows. So if you are on any other social media platform, do look up Big Quiz Night In, because if it's at Big Quiz Night In, then it is me. Okay, so please feel free to do that if you haven't done so already. Countdown conundrum, the answer will be given to you once we've gone through the answers for 1 to 15, as per the previous rounds. Anybody need a question repeated? Last chance. We're going to move on in a moment. Good evening to Jan is in the chat. Better late than never, he says. Good evening, everyone. Yes, we've just come to the end of the music round, so you're in time for the game shows rounds if you're sticking around. I was just going to say what we're going to do, actually. We've got Family Fortunes question and catchphrase tonight. So 3 catchphrases to go through, as usual. Yes, I knew what you meant. Better late than never. Welcome. Okay. I'm not seeing any repeat requests come in, so I am just going to go through the answers now. We'll see how well you all did. Let me know your scores. So, question 1. Who duetted on the 1987 hit called I Knew You Were Waiting for Me? That was Aretha Franklin and George Michael. Question 2. What was the title of One Direction's debut album in 2011? It was called Up All Night. Question 3. The best-selling 60s hit singles called Lay Lady Lay, Wild Thing, and Dedicated Follower of Fashion were by Bob Dylan, the Troggs, and the Kinks. Question 4. What was the title of Take That's first solo UK #1 hit single? It was Pray. Question 5. Which 2 songs charted around the world after the '86 film called Top Gun came out? It was Take My Breath Away and Danger Zone. Question 6. Which act had the best-selling 1970s singles called Somebody to Love, Cold as Ice, and We Are Family? That is Queen, Foreigner, and Sister Sledge. Question 7. What was the title of MC Hammer's first UK hit single? It is You Can't Touch This. Question 8. Who made the UK top 20 singles chart first between Blur and Oasis? It was Blur. 1991 compared to 1994, which is a bigger gap than I thought it was, but there you go. Question 9. Which acts had the 1980s hit singles called Love Action, I Feel For You, and Real Wild Child? Love Actions by Human League. I Feel For You is by Shaka Khan. And Real Wild Child is by Iggy Pop. Question 10. By what name is Catherine Hudson better known in the music world? She is Katy Perry. Question 11. Do you have the time to listen to me whine is the opening line to Basket Case by Green Day. Jefferson Airplane did Somebody to Love. Was that in the same decade? I'm on about the 70s for that particular question. Let's have a look. No, that was 67. Good knowledge, but no, that was 67. So not for this one, no. Right, okay, where was I? Right, question 12. Which three acts had the best-selling 1990s singles called How Bizarre, Killing Me Softly, and Rocks? How Bizarre, the best-selling 1990s singles called How Bizarre, Killing Me Softly, and Rocks were OMC with How Bizarre, The Fugees with Killing Me Softly, and Primal Scream with Rocks. You may know, if you don't know what that one is, you may know it as Get Your Rocks Off. Get Your Rocks Off, honey. But the song is just called Rocks. There was also a song in the 90s called Rocks by Rod Stewart, which is a totally different song. But the Primal Scream song called Rocks was the best-selling version or song called Rocks, hence why that's the correct answer. And I can't accept Rod Stewart if you knew that of that song. It didn't even get into the top 40, that one, whereas Primal Scream got to number 7, I think. Yes, so OMC, The Fugees, and Primal Scream. Question 13. Which series of numbers was a UK hit single for the Connells or Connells? It was called 74-75. Question 14. The Plastic Population, the Heartbreakers, and the Vagabonds were which chart-topping acts backing bands? It was, for 3 points, Yaz and the Plastic Population, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and Jimmy James and the Vagabonds. And finally, question 15. Which three acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Clint Eastwood, Dog Days Are Over, and Golden Touch? Gorillaz had a hit with Clint Eastwood, Florence and the Machine had a hit with Dog Days Are Over, and it was Razorlight for Golden Touch. The answer for the Countdown Conundrum, the final one of the evening then, is solemnity. Solemnity. It means to do something with great dignity, I believe. Solemnity. Said it was a tricky one. Let me know if you got that one right. 2 points if you got the conundrum. 2 points. This is the last chance. If you haven't done so already, use the kids' bonus point question for those who got it. So 2 points for both of those. You can add them on. And yes, how many points you got from 1 to 15? That was the highest scoring, possible highest scoring overall round. This one was out of 30 points. Loads of bonus point questions. So let me know how well you did, please. And then we can move on and play our game shows round. Yeah, our survey says we've got a nice question for that one. Nice, easy question, I think, for the Family Fortunes one this time. And then some, I think, also easy catchphrases. But hopefully fun for all, as always. Jodie says 13 points. Good effort. Geraldine's got 12. PJ says 14 points. All very closely packed together there. There's a massive, broad spectrum of music knowledge covered in that round, in fairness. So those of you playing on your own, it's understandable if you perhaps get the kind of scores we're looking at here. Pete and Vernia got 15 plus the 2 points there. Well done. 12 for the Not So Golden Oldies, 20 for Andy. Very good. And the Donuts got 20 with the kids question, but did not get the conundrum. Yeah, I said that one was going to be a trickier one. Sometimes that is just how they are. Good stuff. 9 for Million Mike there. Thank you for letting me know your scores, everybody. I'm going to move on to the game shows round now. Obviously, keep the comments coming in, though. And if you haven't done so already, and please make sure before the end, Jan's managed to get 6 points as well, very good. Before you go, please make sure you give the video a positive emoji reaction. All these little interactions and engagements you have with the videos help a lot. So thank you for that. Let's move on over then to our survey says. Okay, so I'm going to bring the question up, and now this is the time where you do guess in the comments. Everybody watching knows this already, but if you didn't, this is the time where everybody gets to guess in the comments. I'll read off the guesses because they're not going to be on screen. They would normally be down that way, below the board, but it's not working, so not much I can do about that now. But I'll read them out as we go, and I will reveal them from the board if they are correct. So, with that said, here is the question. You're all working together as a team now, remember. You're all one big team watching live. Let's bring up the question. Name something that melts. 100 people were surveyed. What do you think the top 7 answers were for this question? Name something that melts. Let's see how quickly you can rattle through these. 7 answers from the survey of 100 people. These are the most popular answers given by those 100 people. And some of them, yeah, quite relevant as well. Snow has been guessed immediately. Snow and ice. I'm going to class ice and snow as the same thing because it basically is the same thing, just in different contexts. So ice and or snow. Where does that appear in the list? Number 3. Okay, off to a good start then. Now we've got ice cream. That is definitely something separate. So thank you. So let me see. We've got Geraldine saying snow, Sue saying ice. Jodie and Sue have then said ice cream. And Tony's now said ice cream as well. Quite a few comments coming in, but those are the first ones I saw. Ice cream is the top answer. Very good. Again, cheese has come up in the list. Oh, of course, the guess of cheese came from Pete immediately. Yes, we like our cheese. So Pete and Vernier have gone with that one. Haven't quite finished all that cheese you gave me for Christmas. We've eaten most of it. I think it's just the cheddar one we've got left now, actually. It's so nice. What a great selection. Thank you so much again for that. Really lovely. But where is cheese in the list? Because if it's not there, we riot. It's number 2 on the list. Jodie and Andy thinking outside the box a little there. They've gone with heart. You could melt someone's heart. You absolutely could, and it's number 6 on the list. You know, I thought that one would take a bit longer for people to get, but no, well done. Chocolate. Mike's gone with chocolate, as has Geraldine. Any others? No, just those 2 for chocolate. Then let's see. Chocolate is number 5. Melted chocolate. Of course it's there. What else can I see here? Candle wax is an interesting one. Oh, Millie's also gone with ice cream. Yes, we've got that one. But candle wax is an interesting one. Is that in the top 7, I wonder? Nope, that's not there. Waxworks also not there. Good guess from Andy, but not quite right. Jan says people's faces when I tell my jokes. No, I refuse to believe that. I like your jokes. Wicked Witch of the West. It's an excellent guess. Very relevant right now as well with the movie out for Wicked, but not there. Butter. Jodie, PJ's guessed butter, and Peter's guessed butter now in the chat as well. Let's have a look. Is butter there? Butter would melt in this case. Yes, we've got one more to go. It's not something you eat. I'm going to give you a clue. It is not something you eat. And I'm just checking through all the comments now to make sure I've not missed it. And I have not missed it. Okay, Sue and the donuts have gone with plastic. That is the missing answer. That was number 7. Very good. And thus completes the list for the Our Services question this evening. Name something that melts. Ice cream was top, then cheese, snow or ice, butter, chocolate, hearts, and plastic. Well done. Yes, I'll throw in tar there at the end as well, but no, you got it the first time. Plastic was the correct answer. Good stuff. Right, well, we're going to go over there, and that's the end of that round. Nice and quick, nice and easy. Survey said those things, and you did it. Well done. Another team game coming up now with our catchphrase round. So let's just bring the board back to completion. There we go. Now, I am going to reveal the first. I need to get the wheel up. There we go. Right, now we're ready. So if you haven't played this before, it starts off sounding quite complicated, but it's really not. Basically, in order to reveal the squares of the board, I will spin the wheel to see which number we're going to remove. But in order for you to earn that privilege, you have to answer a question correctly in the comments. Because it's a quiz show. It's all about questions, right? So, guess in the comments, please, all together, what is the name of San Francisco's suspension bridge? Put your guesses in the comments. As soon as I see the correct answer, I will reveal what the square behind it is. And then, of course, as the board is revealing that catchphrase, guess in the comments what you think it is. The first of the three is there, ready and waiting for you. So, have a guess. What is the name of that bridge? And I'm going to spin the wheel now. Yes, it is nice and easy for starters. The Golden Gate Suspension Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge is the correct answer. We're going to be removing number 3 from the board. Okay, not particularly helpful, number 3, but you'll start to get the gist of it, maybe. Well done. Yes, well done, everybody that said Golden Gate, or as close as you could get without suffering spelling mistakes. But I know what you meant. You're all right. Your next question, I'm going to give you multiple choice. So just guess one of the 3 names you hear me say if you're not sure. What was Margaret Thatcher's middle name? Was it Violet, Mabel, or Hilda? What was Margaret Thatcher's middle name? Violet, Mabel, or Hilda? Have a guess. Let's see who gets it correct. Again, you're all working as a team. You're all together working as a team. Let's spin that wheel now, because I know some of you are going to get it right immediately. We've got Hilda and Mabel being guessed already. Number 1 is the square we're going to be removing. And yes, most of you have gone with Hilda. Most of you are correct. Hilda was the correct answer. And there is the next reveal for you. Still not much to go by. Or is there? Yes, it was C, Hilda, for that answer. The next question. What name is given to the metal ribs on the neck of a guitar? What name is given to the metal ribs on the neck of a guitar? Let's spin the wheel again. Excuse me. Bit of a tickly throat, I think, at the moment. Okay, number 4. Let's remove number 4 then from the board, assuming the correct answer has been guessed. It is frets. Well done, Pete. Frets is the correct answer. Number 4. Was number 4, wasn't it? Yes, number 4. Guess in the comments as and when you think you've worked it out. Prog in Polish, or progi for plural. Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. You can have the points. Not that there is any points in this one, but they are yours. Next question. Who married Richard Burton twice? Who married Richard Burton twice? Put your guesses in the comments. We're going to be removing the next square, which will be number 5, right in the middle. Oh, well, I was going to do it, but I'm going to have to skip that and save it for the next one, because it's not split personality. That's a good guess. Elizabeth Taylor is the answer to the question, but Pete and Sue have both guessed Two-Faced, and that is the correct answer. Let's show you the whole of the board now, and you can see the full catchphrase for you. Yes, we'll we'll roll as I've done before with this scenario. You've guessed Elizabeth Taylor correctly. I will immediately remove a square from the next board. So well done if you said that. That is the correct answer. But this catchphrase, the answer is two-faced. It's freaky, that, isn't it? Freaky. All right. Well, let's reset the board. There we go. And I'll bring the next one up. And as promised, because you got Liz Taylor, let's see which one we're going to be removing for this one. I like this catchphrase. This is a good one. I think you'll get it quite quickly, but it is a good one. And the next one I think is really funny, actually. Number 8. Okay, let's remove number 8. That might actually be quite helpful. The middle ones normally are. Oh, no, not quite. Okay. Oh, not quite as helpful as I thought it would be, I don't think. No. Okay, so have a guess as and when you're ready, though, by all means. Your next question is, what is the Latin name for England? What is the Latin name for England? Not used so much these days, obviously. But what is that word? It's quite disturbing, as it was. I'm glad it's not just me that thought that. Okay, it will be number 2 that we are removing. It's not Albion. Good guess. It's not Albion. Yeah. England was known by the Romans as Albion, which may have come from the Latin word albus, meaning white. But the Latin name for England is something different, according to this quick Google search, just to make sure. It's not Anglo, it is Anglia. Yes, Anglia is the correct answer. Well done to Geraldine, that is the answer there. And what I need to do now is remove that square. So number 2 then. I think you need another reveal. I think you need 5, potentially. Unless you're really, really clever and can have a good look at the screen, you might just about be able to work this one out. Next question. What sort of creature is a flying fox? What sort of creature is a flying fox? Interesting that Poland is still using the Latin name in that case. Oh, interesting indeed, yeah. Anglia. Okay, let's spin the wheel. What type of creature is a flying fox? It's a type of bat. PJ's got it. I was first in the comments. A flying fox is actually a type of bat. And we are removing square number 1. That one's not going to be as helpful. Geraldine's got bat as well. Oh, the fine print. Oh, interesting guess. I can see the logic there, Millie, but no, it's not the correct answer. Oh, there you go. A bit more knowledge for you. Polish names for England, Scotland, and Wales. I am not going to try and pronounce those. I'm sure I could if I heard you say them, but Scotland and Wales, no. But that's good to see for those who can see the chat. Interesting. Catherine's also said bat. Well done. The next question then is, on which island was the maze containing the Minotaur? On which island was the maze containing the Minotaur? Have a guess at that one then. Let's spin the wheel and see which one we're removing next. And it will be number 9. I don't know about this one. Pete and PJ have gone with Crete, and Jodie's gone with Crete. Gosh, you are a clever bunch, aren't you? It is indeed Crete. Well done. Catherine as well. That's just come up saying Crete. And Millie, loads of you. Well done. Good work. I've removed number 9 now. Keep your eyes peeled. I think it's still covering up. Yeah, it is still covering up something quite crucial, unfortunately, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Next question. In the show, The Music Man, how many cornets followed the 76 trombones in the big parade? It is a number that ends in 0. If you don't know the exact answer, we may have to skip that question, but that's just the next question in my list. It's a bit of a tricky one. In the show The Music Man, how many cornets followed the 76 trombones in the big parade? It's not that much higher. We're not talking thousands. It's pretty close in comparison. But it is a number that ends in 0. I'll say higher or lower. We've got 60, it's higher than 60. 101, says Catherine, it's a bit higher than that. So it's not 100, says Geraldine. A little bit higher than 101, it ends in a 0. I'm going to spin the wheel because you're getting close to it. And the next number we will be removing is... It's not 90, no. It's higher than 101 and it still ends in a 0. Number 4, we're going to be removing next. Number 4. Jodie, it's lower than 120 and it ends in a 0. Geraldine's got it, 110. There we go. Excellent work. Okay, let's reveal number 4. Yes, well done. You're getting it now. I know the chat is sometimes a bit out of sync with what I'm saying, so that's fine. Well done. 110 is the correct answer. There is the reveal for number 4. Yeah, you still need a bit more. Okay, let's go to the next question. Which old car manufacturer produced the Samara? Which old car manufacturer produced the Samara? What do we reckon? Classic car manufacturer. Who could it be producing the Samara? Oh, Jan's got it immediately. Look at this. It's a Lada. That's right. It is a Lada. And the one we're going to be removing is number 3. Let's get number 3 out of the way. No, you need 5 or 6 to go, really. All right. The next question is, from which country did Paddington Bear come from? From which country did Paddington Bear come? Yes, it was a Lada Samara for that question. And let's spin the wheel to see which one's going to be going next. Hopefully it'll be 5 or 6, because somebody's going to get it very quickly. But of course it's not. It's number 7. Of course. Yes, Peru is the correct answer. I can see Millie, Jodie, Pete, Geraldine. Very good. I can see your guesses now. Let's remove number 7. I'm going to move on straight away, though, because it's really not that much more helpful. Right, next question. According to the saying, what do you need to sup with the devil? According to the saying, what do you need to sup with the devil? Will it be 5 or 6 we remove next? Double-barreled name is good, but it's not right. Right, number 6. I imagine this will go as soon as... yeah, let's remove that. You're not going to need to spin the wheel for the next one. Yes, what do you need to complete that phrase? What do you need to sup with the devil? Geraldine's got it. It's a long spoon. Let's remove number 6. Here we go. You've only got number 5 left, but I think you can see pretty much now what this is. Say what you see. I'm going to give you another question, though, because we can remove number 5 as well. Okay, your next question then, and this will roll over if it has to. What appeared for the first time at Watford Gap in 1959? What appeared for the first time at Watford Gap in 1959? It was the first ever something to do with travel. Millie's gone with danger is his middle name. That is the correct answer for the catchphrase. Very good. Let me just remove that last square for you. There you go. His little eyebrow raise. Danger is his middle name. Excellent. Yeah, my middle name is Danger. Anything along those lines. Very good. To answer the previous question, though, the Watford Gap in 1959, it was the first ever motorway service station. So well done, you've got that correct as well. Pete, Mike, Catherine, Geraldine. Let's remove one from the next board, but first I need to bring it back. So let's replace that. And then bring in the final catchphrase of the evening. I like this next one. Okay, a new wheel is on screen, and we are going to immediately remove one because you got the Watford Gap question correct. And it will be number 7. Probably not very helpful, if I'm honest. But we'll get there. We always do. Okay, there we go. Number 7 is now gone. Oh, no, it's really not. That's a shame. Okay, let's go to your next question then, shall we? Okay, what colour is the cross on the Swedish flag? What colour is the cross on the Swedish flag? I'm going to spin the wheel again. I know you'll get that one very quickly. What colour is the cross on Sweden's flag? And it will be number 2 that's removed. That might be helpful, but probably not too revealing in terms of the answer. Number 2, the cross is yellow. It's on a blue background. So some of you have guessed blue, but some of you are also guessing yellow. That's maybe where the confusion comes in. It's a yellow cross on a blue background. So well done to Pete, Millie, and Jan so far. Let's remove number 2. Oh, it's just covering up the crucial part of this picture. Okay, next question. Which range of mountains form a border between France and Spain? Which range of mountains form a border between France and Spain? Spinning the wheel again. Let's see which one is being removed next. It'll be number 9. Oh, maybe. Maybe that'll be helpful. It's not the Alps. Maybe the Alps border Switzerland, amongst other places. France, France, Monaco, Italy, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Germany, and Slovenia. So the Alps are on the other side. But keep the guesses coming in. And yes, if your phone lets you spell it correctly, Pyrenees is the correct answer. I don't mind too much about spelling mistakes. It does happen. So it's not the Alps. It is Pyrenees we're looking for. And number 9 I'm going to be removing, aren't I? So... let's see if that's going to be helpful. Oh, maybe you can get the gist of it there. Maybe. I'm going to go to the next question. Question number 5. Is a Monterey Jack a type of cat, a breed of pig, or a cheese? Is a Monterey Jack a type of cat, a breed of pig, or a cheese? Cat, pig, or cheese? What is a Monterey Jack? Next one we're going to be removing will be number 1. I don't think number 1's going to help you, but we're going to remove it. And yes, it is cheese. Well done. Cracking cheese, Gromit. Did anybody watch, by the way, the new Wallace and Gromit movie? It was on Christmas Day. You can watch it on demand. One of the best ones yet. Absolutely brilliant. Ruben and I watched it together. We loved it. So funny. Absolutely brilliant. Cracking film. Do check it out. Number one, there you go. It's gone. Cheese is the correct answer for that question. Millie's guessed is the catchphrase being given the boot. No. Incorrect. I think when 8 is revealed, then you will have a much better idea of what you are looking at. The next question is, which political party changed its name to the Green Party? So what were they known as before? Which political party changed its name to the Green Party? Ooh, it's just flicked over to 3. So square 3 will be removed next. And let's go back to the chat. Okay, I'm going to remove number 3 because it is the Eco Party for short. The Ecology Party, but Eco Party for short is correct. But I can also tell you that Sue and Geraldine have both got this one correct. Let's reveal the rest of the picture because it is all about getting your foot in the door. Here we go. That is a job interview happening. Says job interview on the door. Sticks his foot in. He's got his foot in the door. There we go. That is the end of our catchphrase round. Well done, everybody. You did it. And so that brings us to the end of another quiz. The first quiz of 2025. The plan is for me to be back next week, same time, same place. So I will see you all then again, I hope, Tuesday, 8 o'clock UK time. Please do share this with your friends as always. If it's easier to introduce the quiz to other people on YouTube, I am posting all of these onto YouTube in the days after they're live. So they are all of phase 4 and a few random ones from before that are there on the Big Quiz Night In YouTube channel. So if it's easier to introduce it to people that way by sharing a YouTube link, say here's the quiz, here's an example, check it out. Still live on Facebook, but after that I publish them on YouTube as well in full. So please do give me a follow over there, or subscribe as they call it on YouTube, and tell your friends because it'd be great to get some more people watching live or wherever, to be honest. It's just great to get the engagement. Okay, and with that said then, we are kind of at the end of the evening. So, yes, I know, yeah, Millie says about Mike having the flu. Joe, we had it over Christmas. I wasn't particularly great Christmas Day. I was particularly unwell before that. Both the kids had it after Christmas, and then Chrissy had it on just before New Year's over to New Year's Eve, and had to go to work on New Year's Day. So it wasn't the best of breaks, but there was a few little nice highlights in between. So Patreon quiz night, Patreon meetup, which you unfortunately missed, as we now have discussed again, obviously was a highlight. Hopefully you'll be there next time though. Thank you for the lovely comments as always. All the positive reactions really help out. Do follow the link again in the description and do all that good stuff in terms of liking and things before you go. And again, Patreon members, request subjects for future Facebook Live quizzes. Let me know the ones you like or ones I haven't done for a while, because you as members of my Patreon get to give me requests for these quizzes. So I'm always looking for more suggestions, either for an entire quiz round or for subjects within existing quiz rounds that you know I do. And I'll write some separate questions for it and give you a shout out as always when you do that. Okay, that's it everybody. Do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers, good night.